Hi everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. If we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today we're doing a nice full body flexibility practice. I'm going to use my bolster for just a few things today. If you have a pillow, a cushion, maybe a block of some kind that you like to use, feel free to grab something. You're going to need just a little bit of space to move, and let's get started. So we are going to begin today laying down. If you do want to lay on something, feel free to do so. But I want you to be just nice and comfy. Make sure your hips are touching the ground. Make sure your head, your shoulders, everything is resting on top of something. And if you want to make a nice diamond shape with your legs, you might get some love for those hips. But just really find a place where you want to spend a few moments so you can settle in. And just laying on back, bring your arms out wide, let your palms face up. Maybe wiggle the fingers and wiggle the toes a few times. Closing the eyes, and let's just take a nice big breath in and out. And again, nice big inhale. And let it go. One more big breath in and out. Nice, you guys. You can continue and just breathe in any way that feels good for you. You might continue to put some effort into it, or you might not. Just allow yourself to slow down. Feel your body start to get heavier and heavier. And maybe you can even listen to the sound of your breath. Tune everything else out. And just listen to the next inhale you take. And maybe just doing a quick scan of the body, making any adjustments that you need to. So you can find some stillness for a few moments perhaps. Resisting the urge to wiggle the fingers or scratch your nose. And just noticing here if there are any thoughts still on your mind that can you just put them off to the side for a few moments? Giving all of your focus to the breath. And we're going to spend just a little bit longer here. And you can stay exactly as you are, or maybe you want to start to reach your arms either above your head, resting the hands on the floor above you, or you might actually bring them behind your head. And if you do have your shoulders lifted, you might feel something through them. If you like it, awesome. If you don't, find a place that you do enjoy. And once you've decided where you want to be, coming back to the breath. And if you did happen to move your arms behind the head or above the head, stay for another inhale. And use the exhale just to bring your arms back to your sides slowly. Let's take another big breath in and out. You can start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. If your knees are out wide or your legs are out long, you can start to bring the feet to the mat, bending the knees. Soften through your shoulders. If you are laying on top of something, you can sit up a little bit. Just take that cushion or whatever it is out from under you. And you might even move it just to the left side, just in case you want to use it again in a moment. But lay on down, rest your head, rest your shoulders, maybe walking the feet a little closer towards the hips just to encourage your low back down into your mat. You might even lift your heels up. If it feels good to add a rock side to side, add a rock side to side. Awesome, you guys. We're going to start to move into a twist from here. And you can reach your arms out wide, way down your shoulders. Our knees are going to fall over towards the left side. And if you want to place your cushion or your block in between your knees or under your knees for some support, you can set that up. Or maybe you don't want to use anything at all for your twist, but just adjust your shoulders. Keep that right side down nice and heavy. And your arms might stay out nice and wide, or you might actually bring your hands behind your head again. You might feel love through the shoulders, and you might not. So wherever's comfiest for you to be, where you feel a nice twist through your spine, your tummy, your back, your hips. And let's just breathe a little bit deeper here. Moving the tummy up and down a few times with some nice deep breath. And if you happen to bring your hands behind your head, stay for an inhale. And use the exhale to slide them out. We're all going to use a nice big inhale to move our legs, lift your legs up out of your twist. If you were using a pillow or any kind of prop for your twist, you might move it to the other side so it's ready for you. But just bring your feet to your mat, connect the low back, maybe take a couple more rocks side to side. Massaging that low back. Awesome, you guys. When you feel good, reach the arms out again. Let your knees fall over towards the right. Maybe placing your cushion the same way that you did on the other side. And maybe you're not using anything at all for your twist. Just let your knees stack on top of one another. With the option to place your hands behind your head or keep them at your sides. Once you're settled, just start to breathe a little bit deeper. Moving that tummy up with the inhale and in with the exhale. Nice job, you guys. Stay for an inhale. And use the exhale to bring your hands from behind the head if they're there. And use a bigger inhale to lift your knees, your legs out of your twist. Bringing your low back to the mat, leaving your cushion off to the side, maybe a couple rocks side to side with the knees. You can even pull your knees into your chest if you'd like. Just give that low back a nice massage. Awesome, you guys. If you have your knees, let your legs go out long again. We're just going to roll over to our right side. So you could actually come up onto your forearm. To start, we're going to be bringing our heel towards the glute, so getting into the quad. You can stay on your right side, hugging that heel towards your glute, or you could come back down and bring your shin to the mat if it's comfortable to do so. You might lose the stretch from the quad and it might move into the top of the ankle or maybe even the hip flexor, and that's okay if you like it. But you can stay on your side and you might stay seated here, or you might come down onto the forearms. Just kind of play with it. Find what works best for you and what you need today. So maybe you want that quad stretch laying on your side. Maybe you're laying all the way down onto your back, or you could even rest your shoulders on your pillow. Rest your head on a pillow. I'm actually just going to slide my pillow under, see how that feels. But just a few more moments on this side. Softening your shoulders. Just feeling the sensations running through the legs, probably mostly that left leg. And just as you start to get comfy, we're going to start to move again. So you can slowly start to come up or just let that left leg go if you are on your side. We're just going to roll and switch sides. So wherever you are transitioning, maybe you end up in a seated position, you can give those legs a bit of a shake, but find your way onto that left side. Hugging the heel towards your glute. Remember, you can just stay here, or you can bring your shin down. Maybe you want to try all of the options, or you know what feels right for you and you're already laying down on your back. But just notice where you do feel the love and be nice to your knee. Soften, relax. Come back to the breath. And just slow everything down again. Nicely done, you guys. When you feel ready to start to move, you can lift up. You can send that right leg back out long. You might even end up in a seated position again. Give those legs a bit of a shake. If you're using a prop to lay on, just move it off to the side. We're going to come back over onto the right side, but you might be on your forearm this time, or you might actually stay up on the hand. We're going to bring some length into that side body, that right oblique. So you can let your right shoulder kind of creep up towards your ear. See if you can bring your elbow and even your wrist right under your shoulder if you were on your palm. You can keep your legs stacking on top of one another. Maybe that top leg wants to bend and that knee wants to tip down towards your mat. Soften your shoulder again, though. Let your shoulder creep up towards your ear, bringing some extra length into that right oblique. If you want a bit of a twist here, you can bring that left hand behind you, kind of behind your hip. Maybe you're looking down to the bottom of your mat. And just be mindful of your wrist here. If you are up on the palm, it can be a lot for the wrist, so maybe it feels better to be on the forearm. Nice job, you guys. If your left hand is behind you, start to bring it back in front. If you have your top leg bent, you can send it out long again. We're just going to pivot. Pivot into a seated position. Take a second here, maybe shake out the legs, maybe take a couple wrist circles if you need it. We're just going to switch sides, rolling onto that left hip. So maybe on the palm, maybe on the forearm. Just bring that shoulder, or that elbow, sorry, under that shoulder. Let the shoulder kind of creep up towards your ear. And maybe that top leg wants to just slide forwards. If you want your twist, that right hand can come behind you. And just relax. And if you notice like you're pushing into your forearm, you're kind of lifting up through that upper body. If it feels good, awesome. But you might find some more length through that right or that left oblique this time if you let the shoulder kind of creep up towards the ear. A little weird. I don't often let you bring your shoulders up towards your ears. Nice, you guys. If your right hand's behind you for that twist, bring it back in front. Send that top leg out and find your way back up into just a seated position. Give those legs a little shake. Maybe give your knees a little bit of a hug. We're going to make our way back down onto our backs. And you might keep your knees bent here. Or you might let your knees fall out wide, making that diamond shape with your legs. We're just going to clasp our hands together behind our head. Lift the chin towards the collarbone, bringing some length into the back of the neck. Nice, you guys. Stay for an inhale. And let the exhale. Bring your head back down. Keep that length that you've created throughout the neck. Maybe as you rest your head, you can feel the little pull of the hairs on your head. And you can rest your arms at your sides, flipping your palms to face up. Just taking a moment here. Slow it down. If you are making that diamond shape with your legs, or maybe your knees are still bent, you can send your legs out long. Spread your feet out wide. And as always, I encourage you to stay in Shavasana for as long as you have time for today. I hope that you enjoyed the practice and you enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, namaste.